Let's start with a question that many of us might find ourselves wondering from time to time. How often should older people be having sex? It's a topic that might not be discussed as openly as others, but it's just as important. The reality is, sexuality and intimacy are part of a well-rounded, fulfilling life at every age. And for those of us over 55, it's crucial to address this subject with honesty, openness, and a sense of empowerment. Now, when it comes to aging, many people assume that physical intimacy and sexual activity naturally decrease as we get older. While it's true that physical changes do occur, that doesn't necessarily mean that our need for intimacy or desire for connection vanishes. In fact, for many people over 55, sex and intimacy can remain just as important as they were in their younger years, if not more so. So why should we be talking about this? For one, research shows that maintaining a healthy sex life can have many benefits, both physically and emotionally. But there's no one-size-fits-all answer to the question of how often older people should be having sex. What's more important is understanding why sex matters at this stage of life and how you can maintain a healthy and satisfying sexual relationship, whether it's once a week, once a month, or somewhere in between. To begin, let's talk about the physical benefits of sex. Did you know that regular sexual activity can help improve your physical health as you age? While it may seem surprising, studies have shown that sex can offer several health benefits, such as improved circulation, stronger immune function, and even pain relief. In fact, a study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that people who engaged in sexual activity regularly had better cardiovascular health, lower blood pressure, and reduced stress levels. But it's not just about the physical perks. Let's not overlook the emotional side of things. Sex and intimacy play a huge role in emotional well-being. When you engage in sexual activity, your body releases endorphins, the feel-good hormones that can help reduce stress and increase feelings of happiness. For many older adults, sex is an important form of emotional expression, a way to feel loved, desired, and connected to a partner. It can help reinforce the emotional bond between you and your significant other, fostering closeness, trust, and mutual satisfaction. In many ways, these emotional benefits are just as important, if not more so, than the physical ones. Feeling connected to someone in an intimate way brings a sense of security, joy, and fulfillment. It boosts confidence and helps counter feelings of isolation or loneliness, which can be more common as we age. Many people report feeling more relaxed, happier, and even more youthful when they maintain an active sex life. And even if you're not in a romantic relationship, physical affection and sexual intimacy can still be important in maintaining a sense of overall well-being. But what about the other side of the coin? What if you're not having as much sex as you used to? Is that a problem? Well, the truth is, there's no magic number. It's not about keeping up with a specific schedule or meeting someone else's expectations. It's about what feels right for you and your partner. Many older adults report that they are just as satisfied with their sex life as they were when they were younger, even if the frequency has decreased. Some people may find that their sex life slows down due to various factors like health, energy levels, or personal circumstances. Others may find that they're exploring different forms of intimacy that work for them. The key here is understanding that your sexual health, like any other aspect of aging, can be managed with a little care and attention. Keeping an open mind about intimacy as you get older can help maintain not just physical satisfaction, but also emotional closeness and connection. Now that we've established the physical and emotional benefits of sex in later years, let's transition to another crucial aspect: how sexual health can impact your overall longevity and well-being. When it comes to living well after 55, maintaining a healthy sex life is linked with healthier aging. Staying sexually active, whether it's through physical intimacy or simply maintaining a sense of closeness with a partner, can help you feel younger and more connected to life. Just like any other form of regular exercise, it can keep the body active, the heart healthy, and the mind sharp. But as we all know, health doesn't just depend on one thing. It's a combination of physical, emotional, and mental factors that contribute to how we feel and function every day. This brings us to the next factor in our discussion: communication. Good communication in relationships, including those that involve intimacy, is essential for maintaining a satisfying sex life, especially as you get older. Without open, honest conversations about what you want or need in a sexual relationship, it's easy for misunderstandings or disappointments to arise. Research has shown that couples who communicate openly about their desires and concerns are more likely to remain sexually satisfied and emotionally connected as they age. If there's one thing that can help you maintain a healthy, fulfilling sex life well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond, it's the ability to talk openly with your partner. If you're feeling unsure about your sexual health or have concerns about intimacy, bring it up with your partner. Similarly, if you're not in a relationship, be sure to communicate your needs and desires with yourself and seek advice from a doctor if necessary. Sex should always be a mutual experience, one that benefits both partners physically and emotionally. Let's not forget that these conversations are not just limited to romantic relationships. Even for individuals who are single or widowed, maintaining some form of intimacy is still important. Whether it's through close friendships, family relationships, or a nurturing connection with yourself, intimacy, whether physical or emotional, can enhance your quality of life as you age. Now that we've discussed the benefits of sex, emotional connections, and the role of communication, let's dive into how specific factors like health, energy levels, and medical conditions influence your sex life as you get older. It's time to explore how your personal health choices can impact not just your sex life, but your overall longevity and well-being. By now, it's clear that physical and emotional intimacy is a big part of a healthy life after 55. But what's the right balance for you? How often should you be having sex? Let's explore how various aspects of health and well-being can shape your sexual experiences as you age. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into how these factors come together to form a healthy and happy approach to intimacy in later years. Let's continue by exploring how our overall health can influence our sex life as we get older. One of the biggest factors to consider is how your energy levels and physical well-being affect your desire for and ability to engage in sexual activity. As we age, our bodies naturally change. We might find that we're not as energetic as we used to be, or that our stamina has decreased. For some people, this can lead to a reduced interest in sex, while for others, it might be a reason to explore new ways of staying connected. It's important to recognize that these changes don't necessarily mean the end of a satisfying sex life. In fact, with some adjustments and an understanding of what your body needs, you can continue to enjoy intimacy at any age. One of the key components here is maintaining good overall health. Regular exercise, even at a moderate level, can help keep your energy levels up, improve circulation, and support your heart health, all of which play a role in how your body functions during sex. For example, moderate exercise such as walking, swimming, or even gentle yoga can increase your flexibility, help you maintain a healthy weight, and boost your cardiovascular health. These benefits are directly related to sexual function because improved circulation and a healthy heart can lead to better blood flow, which is essential for sexual performance. If you're feeling tired or lacking energy, it might be helpful to incorporate small amounts of physical activity into your daily routine to see how it can enhance your overall vitality, including your sexual health. But beyond physical health, we can't ignore the impact that certain medical conditions can have on sexual activity. Chronic illnesses like diabetes, high blood pressure, arthritis, or depression can interfere with sexual function or reduce sexual desire. If you're dealing with any of these conditions, it's essential to work closely with your healthcare provider to manage them effectively. Many of these conditions can be controlled with medication, lifestyle changes, or therapy, allowing you to maintain a fulfilling sex life despite any health challenges. For example, managing blood sugar levels in diabetes is crucial for preventing nerve damage that can affect sexual function. For those with arthritis, taking steps to reduce pain and inflammation, such as through exercise or medication, can help improve flexibility and comfort during intimacy. If you've noticed any changes in your body that affect your sex life, talk to your doctor. They can offer solutions and help you navigate any obstacles to ensure that your sex life remains as healthy as possible. Additionally, many people find that as they age, they experience a shift in their sexual preferences or the frequency of their desires. It's completely natural to go through phases where you may feel less interested in sex or find that you prefer different forms of intimacy. This could be due to hormone changes, a change in relationship dynamics, or simply because your priorities and desires have shifted. Again, this is where communication comes into play. Whether you're in a relationship or on your own, being open about your needs and desires can help you find the intimacy that feels right for you. It's also important to note that while sex is a vital part of intimacy, it doesn't have to be the only form of connection you have with your partner or yourself. Many people in their 50s and beyond find that other forms of affection, such as cuddling, holding hands, or simply spending quality time together, are just as meaningful and fulfilling as sex itself. So, if you're in a relationship, don't feel pressured to maintain a certain frequency of sexual activity. Focus on what feels right for both you and your partner, and embrace the different ways you can connect. Another factor that can influence sexual activity as we get older is the natural decrease in libido that comes with aging. In both men and women, hormone levels fluctuate over time, which can impact sexual desire. For women, the transition through menopause can bring about significant changes in hormones like estrogen and progesterone, which can affect libido and vaginal health. For men, testosterone levels tend to decrease gradually with age, which may also lead to a decline in sexual desire. While these changes can be challenging, there are ways to address them. Hormone replacement therapy, HRT, is one option that some people explore to balance hormone levels, though it's essential to discuss this with your doctor to see if it's right for you. Additionally, making lifestyle changes like improving your diet, staying active, and managing stress can help mitigate some of the effects of hormonal fluctuations. It's also worth noting that taking care of your mental health and staying emotionally connected to your partner can boost your libido and help you feel more engaged in intimate moments. Speaking of mental health, it's clear that it plays a huge role in your overall well-being and your sex life as you age. If you're feeling depressed, anxious, or stressed, it can affect your desire for sex, your satisfaction during intimacy, and your ability to connect with others. As we age, mental health can become even more significant, as we may face new challenges like retirement, loss of loved ones, or changing family dynamics. It's important to pay attention to your emotional health and seek support when needed. Therapy, whether through individual counseling or couples therapy, can help you navigate any emotional barriers to intimacy. It can also help you develop healthy coping strategies for dealing with the emotional and mental stresses that come with aging. It's crucial to give yourself permission to ask for help and support, whether from a professional or loved ones. As we've covered, many factors such as physical health, mental well-being, relationship dynamics, and hormonal changes affect sexual activity and intimacy as we age. It's important to remember that everyone's experience is different, and there's no right frequency of sex. What matters is maintaining intimacy in a way that feels comfortable, healthy, and fulfilling for you and your partner. You have the power to shape your sex life, and with the right mindset, communication, and care for your body, you can continue to enjoy intimacy throughout your life. Now that we've explored the impact of physical health, mental well-being, and the natural changes that come with aging on sexual activity, let's move forward and look at some other important considerations for maintaining a satisfying sex life after 55. Stay with me as we dive deeper into how your emotional connection, lifestyle choices, and even your attitude toward aging can help you maintain a healthy, fulfilling sex life as you grow older. As we continue this discussion, let's shift our focus to the emotional and psychological aspects of intimacy and how they play a role in the sexual experiences of older adults. It's not just about physical health or libido. Emotional connection is a huge factor when it comes to having fulfilling sex as we age. Many studies have shown that for older adults, emotional intimacy often becomes more important than physical attraction or sexual performance. Having a strong emotional bond with your partner can lead to a more satisfying and lasting sexual connection. As we get older, the pressures that we may have faced in our younger years, whether it was physical appearance, societal expectations, or even career pressures, tend to lessen. This provides an opportunity for many older adults to experience a deeper level of emotional intimacy that they may not have had the chance to explore earlier in life. This can lead to a more satisfying sex life. When you're emotionally connected to your partner, sex becomes less about performance and more about the connection between you both. The ability to feel loved, supported, and understood by your partner enhances the sexual experience in ways that physical health alone cannot. One way to nurture emotional intimacy in a relationship is through consistent communication. As we get older, we may find ourselves facing different life challenges, whether it's dealing with health issues, retirement, or changes in our roles within the family. These changes can be stressful, and stress can hurt our mental and physical health, including our libido. But talking openly about these challenges with your partner not only helps to reduce stress, but also strengthens the emotional bond between you two. It's important to express your feelings, fears, and desires with one another. This communication can lead to a more supportive and connected relationship, which in turn can improve the sexual experience. Even if you're not in a relationship, fostering emotional intimacy with yourself is just as important. We often talk about self-love in terms of our mental and emotional health, but it can also impact our sex lives. Feeling good about ourselves, accepting our bodies, and understanding our desires and boundaries are all key to enjoying a healthy sex life. If you are single, building emotional intimacy with yourself can lead to healthier and more fulfilling future relationships, whether romantic or platonic. Let's not forget that the quality of your relationship, whether it's with a spouse, partner, or even a close friend, has a direct impact on your overall well-being. Being isolated or disconnected from others can lead to feelings of loneliness, and loneliness is strongly linked to a range of negative health outcomes. Studies have shown that loneliness in older adults can be as harmful to their health as smoking or obesity. So, maintaining close relationships, whether through regular contact with family or friends, or being part of a supportive community, is key not just for your emotional health, but also for your sexual health and longevity. Building a strong support system also helps to counteract one of the common barriers to intimacy as we age: loss. Many older adults experience the loss of a spouse or long-term partner, which can be emotionally devastating. The grieving process can understandably reduce interest in sex, as it can be difficult to imagine intimacy without the person you've spent years with. If this is something you're dealing with, it's crucial to take the time you need to grieve and heal, but also to recognize that you deserve to experience joy, love, and intimacy again in the future. If you're finding it difficult to move forward after the loss of a partner, seeking professional help through therapy can be a great way to process your emotions and work through any obstacles to building a new, healthy relationship. If you're not interested in starting a new relationship, it's important to recognize that intimacy doesn't have to be confined to sexual experiences with a partner. It can also come from meaningful connections with others in your life, such as friends, family, or even new acquaintances. Another important aspect to consider is the changing attitude towards sex and aging. Society often tends to view aging as something that diminishes vitality, including sexual vitality. However, it's crucial to challenge this narrative. Aging does not have to mean the end of an active, fulfilling sex life. Many older adults experience a renewed sense of freedom when it comes to intimacy, as the pressures of youth and midlife subside. Rather than focusing on performance or comparison to younger years, many find that the joy of intimacy lies in the deep connection and mutual respect that comes with knowing and understanding each other. The fact is, sex can evolve and adapt as we get older, and that's okay. It might not look the same as it did when we were younger, but it can still be just as satisfying, if not more so, as we get older. Exploring new ways of being intimate, whether it's through more frequent physical touch, having open conversations about desires and boundaries, or even trying new things, is all part of keeping the spark alive. And just because sexual intercourse may not be happening as frequently as it once did, doesn't mean that the bond between you and your partner is any less strong. It's also important to acknowledge that a satisfying sex life isn't defined by how often you engage in sexual activity, but rather by how much you feel connected to your partner. That connection can take many forms, from deep emotional conversations to shared activities that keep you close, to affectionate gestures like kissing, hugging, or simply holding hands. When you prioritize emotional closeness and mutual respect, the frequency of sexual activity becomes less important, and the quality of your connection becomes the most meaningful factor. Of course, if you or your partner have concerns about your sex life, whether it's physical or emotional, there are plenty of resources available to help. Healthcare professionals, including doctors and therapists who specialize in sexual health, can offer guidance and solutions tailored to your unique situation. Many people benefit from speaking with a therapist, either individually or as a couple, to help navigate the challenges that may arise as we age. Sometimes, the solution to improving intimacy isn't found in changing the physical aspects of sex, but in addressing emotional or psychological barriers that may be affecting desire. Ultimately, the key to a fulfilling sex life in older age is to embrace change and be open to adapting. As our bodies change, so too can our experiences of intimacy. It's about shifting our focus from youthful ideals of sex to a more holistic view of what intimacy can mean in the later stages of life. Whether that's enjoying a close, loving relationship with a partner, embracing new forms of intimacy, or simply maintaining meaningful connections with friends and family, these bonds will help keep you vibrant, connected, and engaged. As we wrap up this section, remember that your sex life is not a one-size-fits-all experience, and there's no right way to approach intimacy after 55. The most important thing is that you prioritize connection both with yourself and with others. Intimacy, in all its forms, is a beautiful part of life. And with the right mindset and openness, you can enjoy fulfilling, loving relationships at every stage of life. Stay tuned as we explore the final aspects of maintaining intimacy and navigating challenges in later life, continuing to focus on the importance of both physical and emotional health. I'll be back soon with the final part of this discussion, offering you more tools and insights for maintaining your vibrant sex life. As we continue, let's take a moment to address some of the physical changes that come with aging and how they may affect your sex life, particularly when it comes to things like stamina, libido, and overall comfort during intimacy. These changes are perfectly natural, but they don't have to be obstacles to enjoying a fulfilling sex life. The good news is, there are many ways to adapt and work with your body, rather than against it. One of the most common physical changes that older adults experience is a decrease in libido. It's a topic that many people shy away from, but the reality is that it's completely normal for sexual desire to fluctuate with age. For both men and women, hormonal changes play a big role in this shift. In women, menopause leads to a decrease in estrogen levels, which can result in vaginal dryness and discomfort during intercourse. For men, testosterone levels naturally decline with age, which may lead to a decrease in sexual desire and challenges with erectile function. However, just because your body is changing doesn't mean you have to give up on having a satisfying sex life. One of the first steps in addressing these changes is to have an open conversation with your partner. Being able to talk about your concerns, desires, and any challenges you're facing can not only relieve anxiety, but also bring you closer. It's about working together to find solutions and compromises that keep the intimacy alive, regardless of physical changes. If vaginal dryness is an issue, many over-the-counter lubricants can help alleviate discomfort. These can be easily incorporated into your routine to ensure that sex remains pleasurable. For men experiencing erectile issues, it's important to remember that occasional challenges with sexual performance are completely normal as you age. If erectile dysfunction becomes a regular issue, it may be worth talking to a healthcare provider who can offer treatments or medications that can help restore function. One of the most powerful ways to maintain intimacy and a healthy sex life is by keeping your body active and strong. Regular physical activity doesn't just improve your overall health, it can also enhance your sexual health. Exercise helps to maintain blood circulation, which is crucial for sexual function, and it can increase energy levels, reduce stress, and boost mood. All of these factors contribute to an improved sex life. So, if you're not already incorporating regular exercise into your routine, it's never too late to start. Even light exercises such as walking, swimming, or yoga can make a huge difference. In addition to physical activity, a balanced diet plays a critical role in maintaining your sexual health as you age. Eating a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats provides your body with the nutrients it needs to stay energized and vibrant. Some specific foods, like those rich in antioxidants and omega-3 fatty acids, are known to improve circulation and support heart health, which directly benefits sexual function. On the other hand, Unhealthy eating habits, like consuming too much processed food or alcohol, can hurt your libido and overall sexual health. The key here is to nourish your body with wholesome foods that promote good circulation and hormonal balance. Maintaining your sexual health also involves being mindful of any medications you may be taking. As we get older, many of us are prescribed medications for various health issues, and some medications can have side effects that impact sexual function. If you notice that your sex drive has decreased, or that you're having trouble with sexual performance after starting a new medication, it's important to talk to your doctor. They may be able to adjust your prescription or offer alternatives that don't interfere with your sexual health. Another factor that can influence your sex life as you age is stress. Stress and anxiety are known to take a toll on physical health, and they can certainly affect your sexual well-being as well. When we're stressed, our bodies produce cortisol, a hormone that can interfere with libido and sexual performance. Chronic stress can also affect your overall emotional health, which, as we've discussed, is a huge factor in maintaining intimacy. If you're feeling stressed, it's essential to take steps to manage it. Practicing relaxation techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, or progressive muscle relaxation can help lower cortisol levels and improve your overall well-being. Even something as simple as taking a walk in nature or engaging in a hobby you enjoy can help reduce stress and create space for intimacy in your relationship. The psychological aspect of sex is incredibly important as we age. As we've discussed before, emotional intimacy often becomes a higher priority for older adults, and the connection between emotional intimacy and physical intimacy cannot be overstated. The more emotionally connected you are to your partner, the more likely it is that you will have fulfilling, enjoyable sex. So, as we age, it's important to prioritize the emotional aspect of intimacy just as much as the physical. One of the most significant emotional barriers to a satisfying sex life in older adults is body image. Many of us may feel self-conscious about the changes our bodies have gone through over the years, whether it's wrinkles, weight gain, or changes in skin elasticity. However, it's important to remember that a healthy and vibrant sex life is not about looking a certain way. It's about feeling comfortable in your skin and enjoying the connection you share with your partner. It can be helpful to shift your focus from societal ideals of beauty to how your body has served you over the years. Think of it as celebrating your body's wisdom and the experiences it has allowed you to have, rather than focusing on its flaws. Lastly, it's worth noting that every individual is different, and there is no one-size-fits-all approach to sex and intimacy in later life. Some people may experience a decreased interest in sex, while others may find their desire for intimacy increases. Some may face physical challenges, while others may find that their sexual experiences are just as enjoyable as they've ever been. The key is to be open to change and to communicate openly with your partner about your desires, boundaries, and needs. It's also essential to remember that you can have a fulfilling and meaningful sexual life, no matter what stage of life you're in. Intimacy is about more than just sex. It's about connection, communication, and mutual respect. In conclusion, when it comes to how often older people should have sex, the answer is unique to each individual. Some people may enjoy frequent sex, while others may not feel the need for it as often. The most important thing is to prioritize emotional intimacy, communication, and mutual respect with your partner, and to be open to the changes that come with aging. By staying active, eating well, managing stress, and maintaining a positive outlook on aging, you can continue to enjoy a fulfilling sex life well into your later years. Remember, there's no right amount of sex. What matters is that you feel connected to yourself and your partner, and that you're taking steps to nurture that connection. Thank you for joining me in this conversation. If this video resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on healthy aging, relationships, and maintaining a fulfilling life. Live your best life at every age.